me and my friend Alex, and we cannot, for the life of us, understand why the entire Christian church is doing everything the Bible says never do.
Oh, and what's that?
Well, the Christmas tree and breaking the Sabbath and all that stuff. Is there, like, some kind of insight you can give to us? Like, what are we missing here?
Well, I don't know. I mean, people putting up Christmas trees, just a long history of Christmas trees in the history of the church. But whether or not, I mean, it's not biblical, but there's lots of things we do that aren't biblical. We watch hockey games, and we cheer for the Toronto Maple Leafs, which is probably quite a dangerous thing to do.
Well, I know, but that's all, that's worshiping the creation more than the creator, which is a sin. Yeah, I understand that. But the Christmas tree, even in, I think in American history, was in the maybe 1850. Like, it was like, what is it, 1907 was the last state that allowed it because it was such a debauchery, and they knew better than this. And then all of a sudden they start whitewashing it, and it's the sin that leads to death. According to even Romans 11, Paul says that if the Gentiles do the same thing that the northern kingdom of Israel did, that was the 10 tribes, that was like, Asher, Manasseh, Ephraim, and all those other guys, right? They got kicked out for worshiping the Asheroth pole. And then what Paul says, he warns the Gentiles, he says, don't you ever do this. Otherwise, how much sooner would God cut you out, because you guys are just pieces of garbage compared to the real Israelites. And if you go and do the same thing, after God sent his son to die for the sins of the world, which was the traditions of men, that's why Christ came, and he absolutely hated the Pharisees for teaching, for doctrine, the traditions of men. The Messiah was not a happy dude when it came to the religious leaders. So what we're sitting here wondering, and it's talking about this over and over and over again, especially like Acts 3. Well, I mean, that's where one of the places it begins. And Peter says, anybody, and he's quoting Deuteronomy 18, which just blows my mind, because Acts 15 tells you to read this too. Learn what the Messiah, what did Moses say the Messiah was going to do? He's going to teach the 10 Commandments, no graven image, no other gods, don't use the Lord's name in vain. The Christmas Jesus guy is not even Messiah's name. His name is Yeshua, for crying out loud. They lied to us our whole entire life. What are we supposed to do about this? This information, it's crazy, isn't it? Like, what are we going to do? Because we got to save the people. Because all those pastors are going to go where the worm doesn't die and the fire is not quenched, because they broke the 10 Commandments and taught others to do so. That's called least in the kingdom of heaven, where the worm doesn't die and the fire is not quenched. Pretty scary, isn't it? I think they even know that, though. But they do it anyway. Because I think they get their pockets filled with money. They drive around with BMWs. They put cufflinks on their... They're doing everything that Christ even said. Don't be like this. If you want to be the greatest, then be the least and wash feet. But they don't.
Sounds to me like you don't really have a question. You have things.
Oh no, I agree with the question. My question is, why are they so stupid to do everything the Bible says not to do? Why are they doing that? What do you think?
Well, I'm sure you have your own answers to that. Because it sounds to me like you've thought this through and you have a pretty strong opinion.
Oh, I haven't done. I was just talking about Acts 3. I haven't even got into math. Really, I haven't gone into Matthew 5:19 or even 17, for crying out loud. Don't think that I came to abolish the law. I came to fulfill everything that the prophet said about me. What did the prophet say?
Yeah. So which church are you part of? You're in Alberta, right?
I'm in Alberta. Yeah. My brother's in Massachusetts.
Okay. Are you part of a church there?
Well, what we would call ourselves is the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's the prophecy of Ezekiel 4 and Leviticus 26. And they rise up in the last days, and they go and they preach against the wolves in the last days church. You know that part.
But I know, But my question is, so are you part of a community up there?
Of course I'm part of a community.
Like you're part of a Christian community out there?
Well, I wouldn't say Christian community, especially when it says, come out of her, my people. If you want to judge it on that, I have a guy that comes to the Sabbath at my house, and then I preach online if you want me to tell you the story.
No, but you're not part of a community out there.
Well, John, you'll prophesy again in front of many nations once again. What's he quoting? Ezekiel 2 and 3. What's that?
Yeah, no, sorry,
I know the scoffers and the mockers in the last days. Oh my goodness! Yeah. Why do you guys just walk right into it so easily? It's like
it sounds to me like you're pretty much on your own out there.
Oh no, it sounds to me like you're about to get destroyed.
Well, yeah. Well, hey,
you should have never lied. You should have never lied to the people. And now,
if you can find some people out there, because you're in Alberta, find a good church, find a community, and
you guys say
and pray.
I'm not telling you this, Alex. They always say the same thing. It's their
my guess is that you don't get a lot of mileage with a lot of the churches out there.
No,
they're probably all.
We don't warn because you are all apostate, and you know what the Bible says.
Well, there you
see, and that's the
so
problem.
I don't think me out in Coquitlam is going to help you very much. So, man, I hope you.
I don't warn you. That's the thing. I don't warn you because you're going to listen to me. I warn you because you're not going to listen to me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you take care.
I do take care. You see, they're all